Hey guys, in this video I want to talk about what we're building at Maybloom and the 5 key differentiators to how and why we're different to what most people are seeing in the industry. My name is Michael Timmins and I run a company called HCO, which is a real estate business that's primary focus is delivering health and wellbeing centres called Maybloom. Maybloom's purpose is to inspire people to move and live positively every day. We believe in the powerful effect that exercise, positive choices and social interaction can have in helping people to prioritise their health. I have nothing to sell you, I'm simply here to share the journey and bring you along for the ride. It's rare that someone would ever feel bad after a workout or after visiting the spa or getting a massage or getting a juice. You know, more often than not, when we make good decisions, positive decisions for our life and our health, we always feel better. And we refer to this as the feel-good effect. And what we're trying to do at Maybloom is to encourage people and to support people on that journey such that they get that feel-good effect more often than not. We also want to make sure that our Maybloom centres become part of the natural fibres of the community. It really should be a place that the community is crafting for the community. So then it's our job to make sure that when we're designing and developing these new centres, that they're going to be welcomed by the local residents because they feel like it's a part of them, it's a part that belongs to their community. None of this is exactly special or unique to Maybloom. So what is it about Maybloom that makes this different from, say, your local gym or visiting your local health practitioner? The first main difference is we aim to attract the best brands in the health and wellness industry and go into areas where there's either a lacking quality in the right types of services or there's no services being supplied at all. And that might sit across fitness, gym, personal training studios, it could be yoga or Pilates, it could be organic and whole foods grocers, healthy hospitality, being able to go and grab an acai bowl or a nice smoothie. We're talking about allied health professionals across physios or chiros or psychologists, orthodontists, optometrists, or it could just be, simply dropping your kids off into short form daycare where, you want to make sure that your child is going to be actively looked after, so going into more activity-based curriculum so that then you get freed up to go and spend some time working on yourself and working on your health. That's really what Maybloom aims to do, is about bringing in the best brands to be able to deliver those sorts of services. The second unique thing about Maybloom centres is that we're bringing all of these services collectively together so that it makes it more accessible and convenient for people to prioritise their health. What usually happens is that the health services, the necessary ones that you and I use every single day, are often quite disparate. They're disconnected. The chiropractor sits on one end of the suburb, but then on the other end of the suburb is your gym or your local grocer. And what happens is that we've got to then make a conscious decision about which one do we do on that particular day, rather than having the ability to do all of them. A lot of our time gets sucked up by commuting or having to find a car park or waiting in someone's foyer or waiting room. So what Maybloom aims to do is actually reduce the amount of time that we've got to spend on just that day-to-day health stuff to make it really easy for everyone. The other thing too is that the whole health and wellness industry is about reducing stress and anxiety and being able to make your life better and more positive because of how you feel. What tends to happen in the health industry, from what I've noticed and from my experience, is that it actually becomes a heightened stressful event because you're either rushing to get there or you're running late, or the way in which the place has been designed and how you feel when you get there is actually the opposite of de-stressing and reducing anxiety. It actually increases it. So Maybloom offers to make all of that a lot easier and to actually make it a whole lot better when you're there. The third distinct difference is what people call in the industry biophilic design. And what biophilic design is really smart design, and it's about making sure that people feel good when they're in the spaces that we create. So simple things like just orientating the building appropriately so that there's more natural light that comes into the building, ensuring that there's good, strong ventilation, natural light that's coming in through the windows, being able to visually see out of the windows and look into gardens or courtyards, making sure that we've got lots of lush landscaping and outdoor spaces for people to sort of relax and linger, or have an outdoor yoga class one morning, Those are sorts of things that can really enhance the space. Even like our senses, so smells and sounds, nice calming sounds like water trickling can do a lot in terms of reducing people's stress or anxiety, and also like nice natural smells too. The type of textures that we can use, making sure that we're using sort of really earthy and natural textures and colour palettes can be quite important as well. It's really just about bringing the outdoors in as much as we possibly can, because that's where we sort of feel in our natural state. So Maybloom really aims to include a lot of biophilic design to ensure that the spaces that we're handing over to our tenants and our operators, are just simply the best that you can find in the health and wellness industry. The fourth key difference is really the one that I like to call the Maybloom Model. And this is really the overlay that sits across every Maybloom centre, which is about helping and supporting our tenants, the businesses that are there providing health and wellness services and products, to be able to do the best job that they can and attract the most customers, clients and patients that they can. So Maybloom really takes care of all of the promotions and activations and events, community engagement on behalf of our tenants, very similar to what you might find in, say, a shopping centre or a department store. It's really different for a business to work collectively with all of the other businesses on a high street, because they often are doing very different things. They're offering different services across many different industries. The benefit that we get as part of Maybloom is that everyone is there supplying complementary services and products in the health and wellness industry, and it means that then we all get to rise in a high tide. So the big part there is that we want to take the lead role in the marketing efforts across all of the tenants at the centres, because there's power in numbers. And that's really one of the big key differences about being part of a Maybloom centre, which is different from, say, a health or wellness-based business being in a shopping centre, where they really stick out like a sore thumb. Here, everybody belongs and everybody can do better together. And lastly, the fifth piece to all of this is about ensuring that Maybloom's doing its best to support people and planet. And what I really mean by that is that we take our responsibility of doing what we can environmentally and socially, and trying to align ourselves with partners who share that same philosophy. So for instance, at the moment, we're having lots of discussions about bringing on, sustainable paint suppliers. We're talking to local sporting groups and community groups to align with them. We're talking about urban farms and vertical gardens, looking at helping our not-for-profit corporate partner, the Reach Foundation. Or it might even be the embedded networks that we supply on each centre that we're doing, with lots of solar PV panels, where we can be the supplier of the energy to our tenants, so that most of what power is being consumed on each site is actually coming from renewables. And this is stuff that we think is really important moving forward, and that Maybloom can add to these local communities. So there you have it. Those are the 5 key differences that we think make Maybloom really unique and inspiring, and just stand out from everything else that's currently out there. So hopefully you got some value out of that. If you did, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you on the next video.